everybody that subscribed to me for the utmost support that's been there with me on my journey. As you know, I've had a couple of hiatuses from this content thing. Just been working on me and getting myself together as well. Everything I do is deeply rooted in Christ, and when I'm not fully following His glory, then there's no YouTube, there's no content. So I just like to make sure that I'm 100%. I don't want to say 100% because there's no one 100%, but I try to make sure that I'm in the right mind, and I'm being fully used by God when I give you guys any content, because that is who all this stuff is revolved around. I look at myself and I thank God that He's for His grace and for Him allowing me to love myself, because it wasn't always that way. Um, and it's just truly miraculous what God's grace can truly do to revitalize and restore anyone. It's currently a beautiful day in my city right now, and I'm also thankful of that because of how the snow has been trickling down and trickling down and trickling down and hitting us crazy. And I just like to recommend anybody that's on this live going through anything that they feel like they need to let go, that's starting to become a burden to them. I definitely recommend that they let it go, because on the other side is freedom. You got somebody like me who was bound by the use of narcotics and mushrooms and liquor, and God healed me in a divine way, and He got me in front of you telling my testimony. So uh, please take that as proof as of God's grace and what He can do to restore someone, kind of like how He did with Ezekiel in the Valley of Dry Bones. Um, Make sure y'all check out that story as well. That truth, yeah, for me to be able to love myself is truly a blessing. So I like to also thank God for that. I like to thank God for all the subscribers, all the likes, and all the views. Y'all been blowing my stuff up recently, like my song God's Work. Um, you know, Nothing fabricated. Real likes, real views. You know what I'm saying? Strictly off the streets. You know what I'm saying? Congregating with people, meeting people. So it's a blessing that God allows me to do that. And yeah, I just want to see, how y'all doing today. I do a roll call where I like to see where everyone's tapping in from. I'm actually tapping in from Cleveland, Ohio. So I want y'all to let me know where y'all tapping in from. We got Henry Endo. Henry Endo says hi. How are you doing, Henry? I hope you're having a blessed day today. Let me know where you're broadcasting in from. I'm currently in the Midwest, on the Ohio side of things. Flyo, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Light 22 Key? Y'all got some good names on here, man. Light Key, and then we got Henano. I know I might have butchered your name. Please don't take it personal. But yeah, how y'all doing today? Henry says go. Go where exactly? Give me a destination and I will be on my way. Just tell me where to go. But you saying go ain't good enough. I need to know the exact address so I can go and pull up. But you know, I definitely would recommend y'all to like this live and make sure you subscribe to my account. I do a bunch of faith-based posts, about my shepherd, who is God. I do gospel rap. God saved me from myself about like 2, 3 years ago, probably four. It still feel like yesterday. And it shows you how quickly time goes. So I might be saying it's 2, 3 years ago. Whole time it's 4 or 5 years ago. That's just how quickly life is when you're having fun, and I've been having fun ever since God came into my life. So yeah, I used to do secular music, do gospel rap now, and it's still equally lit, even more lit, because it's from a higher frequency. So make sure y'all follow and tap into that. I go by Consistent. You can follow me on Instagram, if you want to, get with me at a more personal level. That would be KoncistentO6, consistent 06, like my YouTube name, which is without TV 06 at the end. And first thing you'll realize is that I do a bunch of different podcasts. You'll see some pretty iconic artists that I talk to on there, and they tell me about their career and the highs and lows and what they learned from being in this game. Some are underrated, and some got their flowers already. But yeah, My rap. I got a movie out. I want to say a short film that I acted on in Cleveland. It's a hood film. We shot in different hoods in Cleveland. It's called Kaya Dog. You can find that by CuyahDog. You can watch my acting debut. You can see me running and ripping through Cleveland, and it was an amazing experience. Shout out to Suave Gotti, Cleveland legend who put me on. Shout out to him, man. And it was just a great era for my career. Um, there's actually a restaurant in Cleveland called a Real Smoke Barbecue, and I have a burger named after the film I'm in. If you go in Real Smoke Barbecue and and you can ask them for the Kaya Dog meal, which is a reference to the film that I'm in. So it's a good thing to have your city, you know, just be aligned with what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so enough about me. I want to know where y'all broadcasting in from. Where my people at? We got any Midwest people in here? We got any East Coast people in here? We got any Northerners? We got any Southerners? And you know what I'm saying? Where we at? Where we at right now, man? We got some people in Texas. What's going on, my folks? Excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. But that's what happened when you work 14-hour shifts. Y'all know about it. I'm a real hardworking man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, and it'll be a whole lot more faith-based posts, a whole lot of more devotion and inspiration. And I want y'all to please enjoy this weather, you know what I'm saying? Have a great, sober time. You don't need a whole bunch of drugs and everything to turn up. Go outside, enjoy the sun, you know what I'm saying? It's still a little windy. We got a little Seattle weather, but, I promise you, you don't need any, you don't need nothing else than the sun rays to have a good one, man. I'm still looking at these questions for my interview, y'all. I just had a interview with a legendary Tacoma rapper named Wojak. And, I got the questions, still had the questions out, man. Still had the questions out. But, yeah, man, it is always a battle, spiritually. As long as you live, there's going to be a battle against you. There's going to be weapons formed against you. But, as Jesus says, none of them shall prosper. A righteous man falls, or a righteous woman falls 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times, and get back up. You know what I'm saying? It's never too late. That's why Psalms 139 is one of my favorite scriptures, because it says, "Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, I am there. And if you make your bed in the ditch, I am there." And when I say I am, I'm talking about God. So, it's just letting you know that no matter where you are at in life, that God is right there, not with mercy, not with judgment or condemnation, but with mercy, forgiveness, and hope for a better day. So, make sure you hold that dearly to your heart. And yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna be doing some more stuff around the city. It's gonna be, a lot more things to do. You know what I'm saying? One thing about being an artist, you can never run out of things to do. There's always gonna be a new objective for you. There's always gonna be a new level, a new conquest. So, we're gonna stay busy this year. It's gonna be a whole bunch of blessings and breakthroughs. It already has been, and the year just started. So, you know, it's definitely gonna be prosperity. And I want anybody to comment below anything that they're working towards this year. And I just want to remind you that we are connected. We all bleed from similar veins. And we all trying to work to get somewhere. But I just feel like it's so important with being content with exactly where you are right now. You know what I'm saying? And appreciating the moment that you exist in and dwell in at this very moment. So yeah, I definitely recommend everybody to be thankful. Anybody that's in a hole, anybody in some debt or anything, just stay, keep doing what you're doing, keep going. Hard times don't last forever. And it's this poem from this Seattle documentary that was so beautiful. And I would love if I can find it, because I would love to say it on live for you guys, because it's very inspirational. Let's see if I can find it. Unfortunately, I'm operating on my other phone. With that being said, a lot of the stuff I have on this phone is inaccessible. But the poem I was going to recite to you guys was from a documentary of Seattle called Vanishing Seattle. And it's pretty much about how there's popular neighborhoods and sites in Seattle that got gentrified, and that it's no longer the same experience than what it used to be because of the cost of living in these places skyrocketing. And then you got places like Amazon and Starbucks buying up different properties that's sending people out, where they grew up in. So I definitely recommend y'all check out that. And yeah, it just shows that a lot of things in life change, and that's something inevitable. And with change being something inevitable, that it has to be something that we learn to adapt to rather quickly, you know rather quickly. So yeah, man, I'd like to thank everybody who joined this live. Shout out to Henry Ando, and Lai Tutu Key, all my folks, man. It's definitely gonna be a wonderful day. It's already 7:06 where I'm at. It don't look like it though, cause still got a little sun rays and and stuff like that. But yeah, God will do for you what He did for me and much more. Um, He got a special divine mission for all of us, and sometimes we go in those tunnels. But one thing about a tunnel is just part of the journey too. We got to go through those tunnels to get to the destination. And it's usually never pitch dark in a tunnel. You could usually see light through the end, or sometimes they have lights at the top. And I just feel like that represents God's guiding light, in these dark situations. In the fact that He'll always prepare a table for us, in the midst of our enemies, and in the midst of uncertainty, So it's not really about certainty anymore. I don't really think you can cash a check off being certain the way, unexpected occurrences happen. But faith is a good check that you can cash, that's what we want to move off on. We want to move off, faith, and not by sight, because, there once was a time where we didn't have a lot of things that we have now, but, it took time and we manifested it and we prayed for those things. So, that's what that is. And yeah, I just like to really thank everyone who supported the consistent brand. We won't stop, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot more stuff coming. So yeah, stay tuned, man. It's going to be just a wonderful outcome. And I just like to thank everybody for tapping in, you know what I'm saying? All my people from all around, I'm coming from Cleveland, but I'm gonna just go ahead and yeah, I'm about to get ready to bounce. So if anybody will come on here, ask any questions, or got anything y'all want to throw at me real quick, throw it at me, because I'm about to get ready to bounce. For anybody that does join this live, I want to let y'all know that I do gospel rap. God saved me a few years back, and I just dedicate my life to Him, and I let my form of rhythmic expression give Him the glory, because what He can do for me, He can do it for you tenfold. So yeah, real passionate about the healing code, and the different spiritual gifts that God placed in me. So it's never too late. Um, you are loved, you are worthy, you are brilliant, and I want you to have a blessed day. And nobody gonna support you the way you can. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna say those affirmations in the morning for you. You know what I'm saying? So realize that you are special, you are loved, and you definitely deserve beautiful days and beautiful nights. And have a blessed one. I'd like to thank everybody who tapped in once again. Peace.